Hello, Kansas and Western fans. It's time for today's poll results and work plan for the next 2 weeks. As you can see here, we got a total of 27 votes, and the Royal Gorge Route is back on top with 6, although Pueblo was a close second with 5 and Holcomb a close third with 4, followed by a few other smaller vote getters. Thank you, everybody, for participating. I like seeing all the variety of interests that you all have in my layout, and hang in there. Yours will win one of these days. All right, so if the Royal Gorge has won again, it's been a couple of months since I worked on it, and there's all kinds of stuff that needs done and that I'm going to work on. I really liked how the rock was starting to look. I know I still need to work on paint colors, whether I'm going to use a natural rock color or go back and dry brush, but I like the size of the rock that I've chosen, and I'm talking about for riprap / erosion control that's going to go along these river banks. So I'm going to work on that. This whole bank here that you see rough painted is ready for that. So I'm going to work on that. I don't have a whole lot more track weathering and ballast to do. Basically from here on this rock outcrop all the way down around the corner to where you see those trees roughly. That still needs to be done. It's single track main line and plus a little bit of double track siding. I think I can knock that out in 2 weeks, so I'm going to work on that. Where this backdrop is in place, I still have to permanently attach it. The top needs to be cut to fit there. You can see that overhanging. So once I get that cut to fit, I'm going to try my hand at doing some ground covering. I've tried using some of the tile grout, and I really like how that looks, and I like the color that I've got, and I think it'll fit in this scene really well. So we're going to try that, and then that will give me the basis for being able to start planting some trees, maybe try a little bit of grass. Really going to be experimenting with that because I haven't gotten this far in scenery on any of my layouts, so I'm excited to try that out. This bridge still needs some work. I still need to work out the rough scenery around it. Probably will try out Sculptamold finally for the first time to make that fit. And then get kind of the river wash that comes through out through there, rough formed, so it feeds into the river. And then you can see here I still have a lot of painting to do for the river banks. I've got to work that culvert in. Around the corner here, you see where these rails are being used for some erosion control. I have some more of those I want to add, and then I need to figure out how I want to do that scenery-wise. And then on this side of the river, I need to incorporate this road. I don't know if I'm going to use this Walther's ready-made road yet, because it doesn't really bend, and I'm going to have definitely some bends in the road here. So I might just do that by hand. Several of you have given me several good options, videos to watch, materials to use. So I'm going to experiment a little bit with that. So I think the basis of this work session for the next 2 weeks is going to be experimentation, because again, I've never gotten this far on any of my layouts in terms of scenery, especially, different types of scenery, whether it's rock face or ground covering or grass or trees or any of that. So we're going to see what I can come up with here in the next 2 weeks. And then the big one for sure is I'm going to repaint this rock face. I haven't been happy with it since I redid it. I learned the hard way that latex paint is not a good paint to thin for this type of application. So I'm going to go back to using acrylics and go back to some more of the color variation that I had before, similar to this part here where there's quite a bit more color variation in one spot. So I'm going to go back and fix that. Otherwise, like I said, a lot of experimentation scenery-wise, and kind of excited to see what I come up with for the next couple weeks. So thanks everybody again for voting, and hold your breath, and we'll see what it looks like here in a couple weeks. Y'all have a good week.